Hello again and welcome to Tommy Travers' football predictions. I'm going to do a prediction now on the two All-Ireland semi-finals on the weekend. And the first All-Ireland semi-final is on Saturday. And well, the first match actually is in the Tailteann Cup. I'm going to actually do that first. It's Down is playing Meath. Colin O'Rourke's team is playing Meath. And Colin O'Rourke, I heard Colin O'Rourke saying, or someone saying there the other day, that Colin O'Rourke wants to get Meath now. Naturally enough, he wants them to win because he's the manager. But for the 1991, after Dublin and Meath playing 4 matches in Leinster, and then Meath drew, I think, with Wicklow as well, and they had another match, and they played Down in the All-Ireland final that year, and Down bet them. Down was only ever beaten in one All-Ireland, and that was in 2010 by Cork. The other 4 that played before that, they won them all. And they bet Meath in that time, so in 91. So Colin O'Rourke now wants to sort of get retribution for this, he was saying the other day. So whether he will or not now, I don't know. But I sort of think that Down and win this match. Now it probably will be fairly tight, Harry, but I'm just going to go for Down to shade it. Now Down won well against Laois, so we'll see anyway what happens. I'm going to go with Down anyway in that match. So that's that match done. So I'll move on then to Dublin and Monaghan is playing afterwards. I think it's 5:30 throw in. So it's sold out, it seems, which is great. Now the Tailteann Cup was a help as well, like I'd say, because Meath didn't have fair support, and Down is going to have good support. They always have good support when they get to Croke Park, and the people that go to that will stay and think for the next match. Even whoever loses, I still think some of them might go, but the most of them will stay for the All-Ireland semi-final because they're interested in this match. Naturally enough, when you're after paying in, you're paying your money for your ticket. I don't know how much the All-Ireland semi-final tickets are, but they're not cheap anyway, that's a certainty. So I think anyway in this match, I'd say Monaghan, naturally enough, I'd say they're going to set up defensively. You have to sort of when you're playing Dublin, I think. Okay, it doesn't make for attractive football, but you're looking, Monaghan is not going to be worrying about attractive football if they could get a result. But I think that Dublin will overpower them. I think Dublin will win and get to the final. That's my prediction anyway. I just think now McManus, I don't know. I don't think McManus is starting now. Like, do you know what I mean? He's getting on now and they bring him on as a sub. Now he's a great man to come on and he can score and all. But like when he was at his peak, he'd be playing in a match like this. So it's a big loss that he's sort of gone a bit too old now. But they will give Dublin, I'd say, a fair match. Now, they have beaten them and drew with them in league matches. I think it's 4 matches now. Dublin haven't beaten them in the league. And last year, they beat Dublin up there in the league. It put Kildare into Division 2 over it, But I still think that Dublin come through. I think Dublin get to the All-Ireland final. So the other match I'm going to do then is Kerry against Derry. Now, Derry, they're last year and that they played very defensive football. They're playing fairly defensive this year as well. Now, they played in the league, Division 2 league final against Dublin. They played in the league itself first. And they won against Dublin. Now, I know they're not playing Dublin, they're playing Kerry. But I'm just saying this, they won in the league match by a point, just barely won it. But they did win it up there. And they got to the league final. Now Dublin beat them, and they beat them fairly well in the league final. Dublin got, I think it was 2 goals. They sort of cut through the defence. And Derry, their whole team is sort of based on defence. They put everything in defence because they do play a defensive football. Now they're definitely going to play, I think anyway, defensive football against Kerry. I definitely think they will set up very defensively. They did last year in the match that they played against Galway. Now they sort of got caught out because they brought the goalkeeper out. And do you know, when you bring the goalkeeper out and if you've no one in the goals, do you know, I don't know about bringing this goalkeeper out. It's okay doing it a bit, but like when you go past 35, 40 yards and you've no one in the goal and the ball, you lose the ball, and you know, the clear run then to the goal, there's no one in the goal, then the game more than likely is over if that happens. You know what I mean? If you get a goal or lose another goal, these matches are finished then. But this match with Derry, now the one thing that Kerry doesn't like is playing, I think they don't like playing defensive teams. They get it hard to break them down. But I think Kerry will break them down with the Cliffords, and I don't know if Gainey is playing or not, but he'll definitely be coming on anyway. He's probably is starting. I don't know now, teams that wouldn't be announced yet. And anyway, even if the teams are announced, do you know what I mean? Sometimes they're not given the full team. They give a team, and then when it comes to the match, you hear 2 or 3 changes. So, do you know, you won't know till right the start of the match on Sunday whether who's playing, who's not playing on these teams. But anyway, I still think that Kerry will win. I think Kerry will then win it. So I think Dublin and Kerry is going to get to the All-Ireland final. Now, I know everyone is saying that. I do give these other teams a bit of a chance. Other people are giving them no chance at all. I would give them a bit of a chance, but I still think Dublin and Kerry get to the All-Ireland final. Now, I know in 2021 it looked like a Kerry-Dublin final, and a lot of people were saying it was going to be a Dublin-Kerry final, and Dublin got beaten by Mayo in 21 and Kerry got beaten by Tyrone. But you just don't know in football, you know, it's very hard to predict. But I think this time they will get to the final. I think Dublin and Kerry get to the final. Now, I'm going to do something else now, which is a bit unusual. I'm going to give a prediction on the ladies, the Irish ladies soccer team down in Australia, because I mightn't have time to do it next week. And it's on, as far as I know, next Thursday on the 20th of July. So Ireland are playing Australia in that match. The ladies are playing Australia. And I'm just going to make a prediction on that match. And I'm going to go for a draw. Because, like, Ireland, they're really going to be up against it now in this match. They're playing Australia. Australia are a very good side, although they did beat them here all right. But I think that was only a friendly. But I think with the crowd there, it's going to be massive for Australia. Now, Ireland are going to have a good crowd as well, I think, because there's a fair few people from here gone out to see them, making the trip over there. And there's a lot of Irish people in Australia, and I'd say a lot of them will go to that. You know what I mean? The first World Cup and all, it's a massive game for Ireland, first game. So I want to wish the ladies all the best anyway. So I'm going to go for a draw in it, that they get a draw. Hopefully they get a draw over. At least it'll keep them with a good chance then for their second match. Okay, Shinna will.